you also have to understand the fabric of the reality that you live in, how it works, how it runs. Just like you need to understand how a plant works. You don't talk to the plant. You don't want to have a relationship as you would have with a human being, but you need to understand how it works, how it grows. That you need to understand. That is what systemic intelligence is all about. So, first scenario. The first scenario is that you need a washing machine. The one that you had, the old one, just broke. Okay, so you need to buy a new one. So let alone online purchasing. Let's go to a store. Okay, you go to a store because you want to see them, you want to touch them, and you want to know what you're buying. And so a clerk comes by and asks you what you want, what you need from a washing machine. You tell them what you need. You say, okay, fine. I may have these 2 or 3 options. You look at them and you say, no, I think this is the perfect for me. So you buy it, you pay it. Now, you'll understand why I'm stressing this. You pay it, you take the machine home, you put in all the dirty laundry, you set the washing machine, it goes, it finishes, you open up, you take all the clean laundry, perfect. Oh, you're so happy with your new washing machine. After a few months, the bloody thing doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't go on. Or it doesn't work well, whatever, it doesn't really matter. So you're a little upset because you just bought it and you paid for it. So you call the store, you talk to the clerk, and you're all upset. And you tell them that this is not possible. You paid for something that has to work, blah, blah, blah. The guy tells you to take the washing machine back. You're still on warranty, so you can you can take it back and have a new one for free, whatever. But still you're upset because you have to go through all this hassle. You didn't want it to go through this. Anyway, you take it back home and it works perfect. Now, second scenario, you need to buy a plant, whatever, okay, a big plant with big leaves, big green, beautiful leaves to put it on a corner in your living room. So you go to a flower store and you see this beautiful plant. That's exactly what you wanted. And so you pay for it. You take the plant back home, you put it exactly where you have to put it, and you sit there and you just wait for the plant to really get to its maximum splendor. It doesn't happen. The leaves are starting to get yellow, and they just go down, bend down. I said, what's wrong? I bought the bloody thing. So you call the flower shop. And he said, what's going on? And the guy said, did you give him water? What? Why do I have to pay, give him water? Give it water. Oh, did you give it fertilizer? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, did you put it under the sun sometimes during the day? I don't know anything about this. I bought the bloody thing. It has to work. It has to give me what I want. That's the way we think. Now, this seems ridiculous. Okay, but you paid for the plant, so you expect it to work. No, it doesn't work that way. The machine, yes, you don't have to know how the machine works. You just have to know how to operate it, but you do not need to know how it works. That's not your problem. It's been set up in a certain way, and it has to work, period. A plant, you have to buy it, and then you also have to know how to feed it, how to give it water, how to protect it from the sun, how to do all these sorts of things and things that you have to do with a living thing. You have to look after it as if you were had to buy a pet, for example. You just don't take a pet and just put it there. You have to feed it. You have to give it water. You have to give it everything. That's preposterous. That's unheard of, right? You pay for it. It has to work by itself. That's the way we think. That's the way our ego thinks. See, these are the two paradigms, big paradigms. I call it the machine paradigm, which is the one with the washing machine that you pay for things, you invest in things, even emotionally, even not only economically, okay? So, and they have to work the way I want to. They have to give me what I need. I don't have to invest more. And the same thing goes for the plant. The plant paradigm, on the other hand, you still have to look after it. You just can't buy it, put it there, and expect that thing to give you what you want. You have to fulfill its needs, not yours, as opposed to the machine paradigm. That's a dramatic change. Now, how do we run our businesses? How do we run our families? How do we run our relationships? With the machine paradigm, or mechanistic, also called, or do we use the plant or natural or systemic paradigm? That's the question. Because if you run your business in a mechanistic way, it won't work anymore. It did until not too long ago, until a few decades ago. It could work fine. Why? Because there weren't so many of us. I remember when I was a kid, I think there were about 2.5 billion people in the world. There are 4 times as much today. Okay, so it's not the same situation. We're all closer together. Whatever happened in whichever place in the planet somehow bounces back to us. I remember I was in Canada back then, and there was the Soviet Union. Who cared? It was somewhere out there. It didn't really bother us. China, it's so far away. Who needs them? Who knows them? I don't care what happens in China. Africa, in Europe, for example, where I live now, okay, Africa is coming into Europe. You see, right now, there is no place on earth where you can be really safe from anywhere else. So we have to find another strategy. You just can't say, stay home. It won't happen. So we have to find a newer way to interact with each other. And the same way with companies. Now, we're also more connected technologically. We can communicate everywhere in the world, with anybody in the world. And that's why we're so close. And that's why the machine paradigm can't work anymore. Because you have to understand how to interact more efficiently with people and how to fulfill their needs, not expect them to fulfill yours. That's a whole different story. It's really it's a total drastic game changer. So understand, for example, if you have a family, you expect your wife to treat you in a certain way, or your husband to treat you, to give you certain things. Like, I'm insecure because I don't have a job anymore. And so you, husband, have to take care of this. And opposite, you, wife, have to give me what I want and need. Okay, I want more attention. I want you to be nice to me when I come back home from work. It doesn't work that way anymore. Or your children, you want to raise good, strong children, you just can't say, okay, just go ahead. Don't bother me. I'm too busy now. It just doesn't work. They are plants. They're not machines. You can say, well, I sustain you economically. I'm the one who brings the money home. I pay for all this. So freaking what? It doesn't work. That's the very least that you can do. And then you have to put in more of yourself. That's why emotional intelligence is growing so much. And not only that, it's starting to be not enough anymore. What you need to understand today is how systems work. So now you need systemic intelligence, which is what I'm involved in. And I'm trying to make people understand how important it is not only to understand what happens around you, not only how to, be more efficient yourself towards the outer reality and towards other people with emotional intelligence. You also have to understand the fabric of the reality that you live in, how it works, how it runs. Just like you need to understand how a plant works. You don't talk to the plant. You don't want to have a relationship as you would have with a human being, but you need to understand how it works, how it grows. That you need to understand. That is what systemic intelligence is all about. Okay, so I hope you understood this, because there's a lot of work ahead of us. And I think I made the point. If you have any questions, just email me and I will certainly answer you back. See you next time.